guys doing? It's Jalen Martinez, aka the Suburban Grower, and today we're gonna look at peach trees. Let's go. So this is the side of my house, and what we have here is an Alberta peach tree. And what we're planning on doing is closing this section off to this fence right here so we can add a little bit more of an element of privacy. But this guy right here is already growing. I have neglected to do videos on these trees because I was trying to go ahead and make sure that they were established and really getting good before about October, whenever the winter starts creeping in here. But as you can see, it has definitely come on out. What I'm looking at is this tree is going to get a lot taller, so this fence is really going to act as a smaller subclimate to keep this thing taller and hopefully get it up in size and make it bushy. If you guys don't know, peach trees are extremely fast growers. Next year, the top of this tree is liable to be about 3 feet taller than it is right now. It's kind of going to be a short growing season for it because I put it in the ground, I want to say at the very end of April. So what we're going to try to do, obviously we're in the middle of our summer, so we got the summer solstice going on. But as you can see behind me, the house is going to act as a barrier, and this tree has to get 750 chill hours, which honestly is a stretch for Colleen. I think we're doing anywhere from about 6 to 850 in a good year. I've seen 1,000, but it's kind of hard for me to believe, honestly. So the chill hours is how long the tree has to stay below 45 or in between 45 and 32 degrees in order to bloom the following year. So I honestly don't think it will be a daunting task because over here the sun does not shine in the wintertime. So I'm hoping that will actually consequently go ahead and give this guy more chill hours. So this is my biggest experiment. All right, let's go to my wife's favorite. So this here, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it is a Saturn donut peach, and they actually look like little rings. So this is going to be also an experiment because this tree it's right on the borderline of probably taking about 3 to 4 years before we get any fruit off of it. I'm almost certain we'll get some from that one next year. But I honestly am having a hard time believing that this guy's gonna take off because it looks so scrawny. But actually, the reason why I laugh because that guy over there, the big peach tree, looked exactly like this. Real scrawny. See, real scrawny, and the limbs are hanging super low. So I'm trying my best to wait till the fall. I really need to wait till the winter because I'm gonna take all the leaves off from probably here down and go ahead and kind of shape this tree the way that I want it, because right now it looks like it is everywhere. The central leader is kind of canted off to the side because, as you can see, it got topped right here and a shoot grew off. And I probably wouldn't be exaggerating to say that this portion from here to here probably grew within the last year and probably a year and a few months. So I'm definitely excited about this peach tree. Whether it does produce next year or not, it will still be a win because the following year it most definitely will. Just want to take you guys into the backyard real quick because I have a tree over here, the trees that you guys have not seen. So again, and I'm about 6'4", so you can only imagine how tall this tree is in person if I have to look up at it. And this tree has literally been in the ground for a year. What, about a year? Yeah, about a year and 6-7 months. So these trees really do grow fast, because like I was saying, that peach tree was definitely not this tall. And now this is the frost peach, and I'm gonna tell you guys something. I was born in the peach state, but I probably haven't had a better peach than this peach tree, the frost peach. All right, now here is my Ayers pear tree, and it's coming on out. It is very resistant to fire blight, which is a huge reason why I got it. I planted it around, oh man, what was that, about March? So it has really gotten time to take off, and I'm starting to see that the leaves are really getting in and the branches are starting to fill out. This grew this year. That little bit of growth right there. Everything that you see that has that redder wood, all of that grew out over the course of from the course of March up until now. So that's about a good 4-inch piece right there. Here's my finger for reference. So this thing is really growing out. The only thing I don't like about this tree is it kind of grows wild, like it grows on top of itself. So I mean, I won't complain, because when it's all said and done, about I would say 3 years, 3.5, 4 years from now, I can expect some huge pears on this tree. As you can see, this is not my usual design for a tree. I want my trees to be top heavy. You know, I don't approve of me not being able to really prune this out, because honestly it didn't look like it was gonna make it if I tell the truth. But it is definitely here, and it is definitely growing, and we're super excited to have it. It's just such a slow grower. Well, hold on, I didn't see this branch. So there you go. There, look at that. About 3 months in, it has already grown. Again, my finger for reference, that's longer than my finger. That's about a 7-inch branch. That's a huge branch, or about a 6-inch branch. But you still have about a good 3 months to grow. So it's gonna definitely take off. And here is the nectarine. Honestly, I don't know what variety this is, as bad as that is to say. You're always supposed to know what varieties that you have. But what I am looking at is the fact that it has to feel completely out. Now, I was so worried about this tree. I pruned it back so heavy last year. I was like, you know what? I don't even think it's gonna come back. But as you can see, now this is why I will tell you that peaches, nectarines, and such grow so fast, because that was from the end of, well, this was the growth over the course of the year thus far, and that is about a foot. That's a foot of growth. Look, here's my hand. That is a whole foot. So I don't know if you can see in between there, but those dark red branches here and here, I tried to establish the open center, but look, this stuff is growing right back out of there. So here's my hand. I am dwarfed by these trees. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my neighbor also has one, which is why I decided to go ahead and put one in there, because I know that these things are self-pollinators, but it is absolutely beautiful to have another tree around it. And with such small backyard, I really didn't have the space to plant multiple trees like that, you know. So of course I didn't. Another tree that I have, I'm just gonna call this the summer tour. Another one that we have is the Bartlett pear right here, and it has grown phenomenally. I don't really have no complaints about this tree other than the fact that they did one crazy kind of graft on this tree. I don't know if you can see that, but the tree has an elbow. And the last reason would be is these trees are notorious for fire blight. Everybody who has a Bartlett pear normally has the whole branch, all the branches stripped off of them because they are full. They get full of fire blight, like completely overrun. This is the new addition. This is the Dorset golden apple tree, and this guy right here and the lovely Anna apple tree are pollen partners. They bloom at around the same time. I'm so excited for this tree going forward into next year. Got some stuff going on up here. Oh man, I think I got some powdery mildew growing. I have to come out here and cut all of that off. But I don't know if you guys remember, this tree was tiny. Even during the harvest videos, it was super small. As you can see, this all came this year. So this tree definitely grows, and I can appreciate that. Here is the Gala apple tree, and it is doing horrible. I'll just go ahead and save the time on this one. Again, we have the Meyer lemons, and they are getting huge at this point. Huge. We're definitely gonna have lemons, if no other fruit, every single year. There's this new one that I planted in the ground that I was so worried about. I'll let you guys be the judge. This one went so late to the point that I thought for sure it wasn't gonna bloom and do anything. If you want a fast growing tree that's somewhat exotic, get you a lemon tree. And Improved Meyer lemon, I'm telling you, once your lemons get past this point, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna drop. And this tree lets you know exactly what's going on with it, because if it does not like the growing conditions, it will drop fruit. If you ever look at the lemon trees, you see those little darkened pieces right there. That's where the fruit falls off at. Like, perfect example on this orange tree. These were all fruit that have dropped off of here. This is the Valencia orange. To this point, it is doing phenomenal. See that new growth going on, that light colored foliage. But I absolutely love this tree. It is very beautifully pruned. Up until now, I haven't had to prune it, but I feel like I'm gonna have to, because this thing is growing all out the sides. So I may have to go ahead and get this on the dieback. And you know what? I may just let it go. There's no point in continuing to prune on this tree if it's just gonna keep on popping back out. Next year, the same will apply for these branches. They'll branch out, and I'll have flowers on those next year. As you can see, same thing has always applied. I love to use all natural fertilizers. This is bell peppers, lemons, oranges, grapes. Get a little piece of grapevine. You can see this stuff right here. That's nothing but coffee grinds. Another one is, well, the last one is the Arctic Frost. Arctic Frost Satsuma, and I'm actually proud of this tree. This tree acts like a oak tree. It sheds its leaves in the wintertime like crazy, and it comes back out. Just like any of these trees out here. It'll drop the leaves and it'll look bare like a chicken with no wings, and next thing you know, it is good to go. So extremely excited for this tree. I gotta watch out for this grabbing onto it because of these thorns. It's kind of lopsided, but at this point I don't even care, man. I can tell that this tree has one hell of a root system going on for itself, because normally at this point, you know, you can pull and see the soil move, but and it also has a little new growth coming on. So as far as the yard tour goes, I probably won't do any other kind of an update unless I grow something, or unless I decide to add another tree in the backyard. Well, 2 trees in the backyard actually. But outside of that, it's really just going to be update videos on new projects and things like that we're going to be looking forward to doing. I didn't even show you guys this one. This is my special tree because it looks like crap, but as you can see, it doesn't matter what it looks like whatsoever. It does not matter what it looks like, because this tree is weighted down by the weight of these lemons, but it is still holding on. This is the effects of not or fertilizing organically, because this is a whole tomato plant growing out of that pot, and I got to get that out of there. Actually, here are the cucumbers that are completely taking over this whole area. Honestly, I'm kind of ashamed of how it looks on my on my nice yard. It's just kind of taking over the whole little planting space, and it's just running. I seen some fruit in here. I don't know if I can get any videos, but let me see. I don't see any. I always see them when I'm not looking for them. How odd is that? Okay, I see one. Now this is on my sidewalk. This thing takes over. It's worse. It's more invasive than a watermelon for sure. This one right here, it has a few of them on here. I'm sure there are ones that are a lot bigger, but I can't see because they look like huge lily pads that just block everything. It's a small Meyer lemon, nothing major. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, you guys. I have totally transformed our living space, because here's the deal. Down to it. This tree next year, we'll probably put on about another 12 to 16 inches of new growth. This tree will most likely look like that one by next year, and I'll actually have to stop this guy from trying to put on fruit next year. Believe it or not, as skimpy and as small as it looks, I will most likely have to tear flowers off of this thing continuously, because it will definitely want to put on more growth and try to fruit next year. This is a graft that I did off of a tree, and it is successful. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but that is green. So to me, that means that this is yet alive, and I am super excited. So that's just a little bit. I have never showed you guys my pomegranates, and I guess I'm just doing a show all today because I'm out here scaling the whole yard, so I may as well do the whole thing. So these are pomegranate that I grew from seed. These literally got planted in January, and they're out here doing well. And I'm gonna have a crap ton of those, because I think it's like 8 or 9 that are bundled up. So here's the oldest one, and to try to start flowering next year. I'm not expecting no fruit, but obviously we'll take it. Here's another one. I don't know what it's doing on the top, but honestly, for our region, these pomegranate do very well, because I normally put the sprinkler right here by this palm in the middle, and most of the time it doesn't even reach the road, honestly. So for drought conditions, you absolutely have a wonderful tree to put in the ground in pomegranate, because they're cold hardy, they're deciduous, and on top of that, again, they're drought resistant. And here we only get about 30 inches of rain a year. Yes, a year. Like, up until the other day, we hadn't gotten any rain for 3 weeks prior to that. So just a very dry climate. I don't know if you've seen in my backyard, but it looks like we stay in a desert. The only reason you can see the oasis on the front is because I have to keep it watered. I absolutely have to keep it watered. So yeah, but we are super excited. Just the last one right here, I walk right past it because it's so small. This is our little fig tree, and honestly last year I thought I lost this one because it was a third the size and it pretty much melted back down to the ground. But really some hardy variety of fig that I have. Again, I don't know what it is, because it was kind of like one of those Home Depot things. They choose not to, for whatever reason, to put the variety on some of their plants, figs, nectarines, for whatever reason. But most likely it'll probably be the brown turkey fig, and that'll be totally fine with me. It's been in the ground now for about a year and a half. Most of my most established trees have been in the ground for a year and a half. But what's crazy is you see this guy, and I don't know if you can see it, but you see that guy. That's what a year and a half of growth did for both of these trees, and that's what it's gonna take to get us fruit. And I'm kind of scared at this point, because I know that whenever this all of these trees take off, we're gonna have so much fruit, it's not gonna be beneficial for us to keep it. But well, since I got the fig tree over here, I told you guys I kind of copied my neighbor. Can you see that tree up against that house over there? That's a fig tree, and it is about 25 feet. I don't know if you can see. My house is pretty much topped out right there, so you can imagine how tall this guy's house is if we're looking up at an angle. But that is a fig tree right here. It's about 20 feet up. So one day, and what I was thinking about when I planted this tree nonchalantly, it's growing super slow. I don't plan to move out of here for the next few years at least. I expected this tree, as well as that one, to kind of cover up this area, you know, so it's almost like a privacy thing. And that's what I was thinking when I planted these trees, because yeah, I kind of planted close to the drive or whatever, but that's what pruning comes in handy for. Prune all your trees and you don't have to worry about what can go where, because just like here along this fence line, I'll prune those guys up. Not to mention, you can already see what this guy is destined for next year. So that tree will actually be over that fence by the end of next year, believe it or not. But you guys, I've been on here for too long. I'm about to go ahead and sit down and relax for the evening, but I just knew that I haven't spoke with you guys for a while, and I wanted to let you guys know that yes, I am yet active. But if you guys want me to walk around every once in a while and show you the trees, I'll be more than glad to. But we're gonna have a video. I went ahead and air layered onto the peach tree I'm trying to get a branch off so that I can start a whole nother peach tree. That'll be one less tree that I have to buy if I can raise my own off of one of my own trees. So as a matter of fact, let me go over here. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. For you guys who are new to gardening, you don't know what the heck an air layer tree is. So right here, what I did was, all I did was I shaved the tree a little bit. I put some dirt over it. I put a bag. I put the dirt in a bag, and then I just put this aluminum foil around it to keep the sun from baking it. And that was about a week ago. So yeah, it's still on there and it's good. So basically what'll happen is it will actually grow roots off of the cut that I made in it. See some sticker briars out here, excuse me. Oh, I stepped on something. But just want to use what I got to get what I want, in a sense, because when you air layer these trees, they will fruit, they will grow roots, they will grow a whole nother tree. So like I said, just don't want to keep going out there spending $30 and $40 for a tree when I have trees in my backyard. That was a $19 tree, and if I get one successful graft off of it, not graft, air layer off of it, that would be phenomenal. You know, it's already paid for itself in fruit. Just with the year and a half fruiting, I seen it fruit once I planted it. I took those fruit off, and it grew again this past growing season. So it's paid for itself in fruit, because the fruit are delicious. Next year, I'm expecting to have about 40 to 50 fruit. So yeah, but you guys, I promise I'm fixing to get out of here, and you guys have a great one. I'll be coming to you guys hopefully after I buy another citrus. I'm looking for a tangelo tree, and probably another apple tree, and hopefully an apricot tree. And after that, you guys, I'm really gonna have to be done. So you guys have a great one. Suburban Grower here. Y'all make sure y'all tune in every once in a while, and let's grow together. All right.